Hello there, quick little update before you get into the video. So I didn't realize until I had pretty much gotten to the editing part of the video that this doesn't actually exist on the PC creation. So this is the first mod review I'm kind of reviewing that is Xbox only technically. Now that being said, there does exist, if you want to get this on PC, you obviously just go through the Nexus. I don't mess with the Nexus and stuff like that because usually with a lot of Nexus mods, not all, usually they kind of require, to use the SKK, the script extender. And in a way I can understand why the mod author didn't port it to the creations for PC because they're probably like, well, it's already on Nexus. That being said, it would be cool to see a PC version, even if it was like limited, like in the same kind of vein as the Xbox version is because of the lack of the SKK. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Usually with these sort of things, I keep an eye on it. But with this mod specifically, because it is quite a prominent video or quite a prominent mod, I should say, and because my kind of main demographic is kind of obviously it's PC, Xbox, but it's generally the kind of the Xbox players because I know a lot of people who kind of watch my content, they tend to play on kind of Xbox, either through Game Pass or even like PC Xbox. So I wanted to just kind of upload this video. I apologize, as it's not like my normal, where it's on both. I will have a link to the Nexus version on in the description as well, if you want to download it, and you're on PC. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and catch you in the future. Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. So we're going to be taking a look at a mod that has been highly requested since it first came out. It was on the Nexus. It was on the Nexus originally because I believe it needed the SKK or the Starfield script extender. So this is StarUI. Now this is originally created by M8R984F2. Ogre just basically ported it over to the CK for Xbox and stuff for the creation kit. So StarUI is I believe it's the quintessential kind of UI. We originally had Praxis was the only really UI mod we had. I don't know if that's still being used. Now there is a few variants of this one. So we have, I'm going to be looking at the all-in-one. You can download individual ones, so you've got the UI HUD, the UI inventory, the UI Outpost, UI workbench, and UI ship builder. All in one just kind of incorporates it all to be nice and evenly. Now the one thing I will say, and this is it says it there. Now this, most people probably won't have to worry about this, but if you're someone like myself who constantly swaps between PC, Game Pass, and Xbox, if you're using this and you do swap between, your save will display an error that can't be loaded on the PC side. Whether you have the Nexus UI or the Windows, it's okay. The Nexus is a pure interface override. The error will be ignored. You just ignore the error and then just basically make a new save and then reload that save. So let's go check it out, shall we? We're on Xbox. Yeah, let's go check it out. All right, so here we are on Xbox. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the various ones. I'm gonna start with the UI HUD first. So we press the start button and we look through our inventory. You see here how you've got them all labeled like that. Now, the one thing I will say with this mod is obviously so actually there's a couple of things. So first and foremost, the creator of this mod, they got someone else to port it. So Ogre has ported it over to Xbox and CK. Now, the mod author themselves said, and when I say mod author, I'm going to be talking about the original creator. The original creator, at some point, they might make like their version. I was going to say a proper version, but this is kind of this is as good as you're going to get until they themselves do it. That won't really affect anything necessarily. It's just that the mod author or the porter, so Ogre, says that if that does happen, they're going to delete this and the other one. Now that won't really be a worry for anyone because even if a mod author pulls a mod, as long as you still have it installed or in your installed in your load order, perfectly fine. The other thing is that there's kind of limitations on what can be done with it, because obviously it's not using the CK, or not the CK, sorry, it's not using the SKK, the script extender. So for anyone that's not aware, script extender is it's basically like an add-on or like a kind of a modifier. It like allows games, specifically in this case Starfield, to kind of do more with mods. Mods can kind of communicate better with the game. We don't have that on Xbox, so there's limited functionality in some regards. Now, they did say that there's very limited controller functionality. I'm not sure if that is because of the lack of having a script extender, or if it's just the mod author kind of chose against it. In one way, I can kind of understand, like, look, this is obviously meant for Nexus and people who play on Nexus, like on PC. Usually they're not going to use controller. But I do wonder if, like, we could kind of, if that could be improved at some point. Now, obviously, this is laid out with the intent of being used with a mouse and keyboard. So you kind of will see the menus are quite close. We got weapons. We click on the weapons here, and you see we've got the damage, the DPS, the mass, the value per mass, and then the ammo type, which is very, very cool. And then I can... So now if I can't use a mouse. So I'm on Xbox. You can see there's a little plus thing there. I don't know how I would select that to StarUI. Oh, okay. What did I just do there? So I can, if I press... Okay, hold on now. This is giving me a second. Switch to subcategories. Okay. You can, so if you tap, so it normally you have your inspect, your compare, but if you hold LB, you have a couple of extra ones. So you've got sort it, you can sort it backwards, forward, whatever. You can swap between. So like pressing B will sort between value to money, ammo, weapon, quantity, and then X to go backwards. You can add temporary columns, which is A. And that allows you to, you can basically sort by manufacturer, the damage, the base name, the mag, the modifications, the range. So you've got a lot of a lot of stuff here. What was that? We also have, I believe we have switch subcategories. Yeah, okay, and then we can toggle ascending, descending. So if we go to the, that's, okay. So I mean, that's a bit. There I see the limitation. So naturally, if I wanted to, let's say, for instance, like I'm currently looking at my weapons going up and down. Now, naturally, if I wanted, I would assume, because I'm on controller, if I wanted to go to my next slot without pressing the back button and doing that, I would use my stick left and right. Your stick left and right is actually what kind of moves it up and down. A bit disorienting. But something you can definitely get used to. As you can see there, and then we have like all of our inventory. We've got our aid there. Obviously, you can kind of select them through the individual menus there. It also, I like that it shows how much you have and how much your mass is, which is very helpful. And I'm going to do real quick, because I'm going to... okay. So it actually will tell you when you highlight something. So that says desktop speakers. It tells me how much it's worth. The research there, that I didn't know that was one. There's the inventory. We can grab all these. It tells you. That's very, very cool. You can take or consume. Just gonna see is there any settings for StarUI? I don't think there's going to be. Okay, there's no. So now if we go into our vendor here, you can see straight away I can, swap between, and I can see all of the kind of the stats, which I don't know if you could do that in the base version. And I say this, and I play this game quite a lot, but I'm not 100% sure. So if we look in here, we'll go to transfer, and then as you can see, we've got weapons. So we've got 2 weapons in here, calibrated. You'll notice the color is different. So the storage box is like a kind of a gold. Spacesuits, we've got the 2 spacesuits. Resources, we've got quite a few. As you can see, there's little symbols. So these ones mean that these have been crafted materials. These, I believe, mean they are organic. These are inorganic. And we can scroll down, and then these are gases. And then these are inorganic. So there's like symbols for all of them, which is very cool. Again, we could, if we wanted to, we could do StarUI, and we can switch the category. So let's, not this category, sorry. So let's say we wanted to sort by value, right? So we see there microsecond value are the highest, but what if we wanted to sort by value to mass? We would see that lubricant is actually the best. It's 90 per like 1 mass, which is quite cool. What if we wanted to go back and sort? So we press X to go back, and we can sort by actual mass. So as you can see, microsecond regulators are the heaviest. And then obviously we can go through all, and we can, if we wanted to do temporary column, let's say we wanted to sort by manufacturer, it will show you the manufacturer. Allied arms, let's say we wanted to sort by thermal damage, corrosive damage, airborne, radiation. Jesus Christ, we can fucking go off the screen. Holy fuck. Okay, now how does... Oh my god. Now, as you can see, you can do all that. Can I go across? So if I... Now, the only thing with this, obviously, is we can't have access to all of it. This is what I was with, like, the control thing. It would be quite cool if, again, I don't know how plausible it is. Is there a reset button? Please be a reset button. Okay, hide data columns. There we go. Show data columns. We're going to turn off all... Oh, we have a reset button. Nice. Right, so we're going to show the data columns. So I think it would be quite cool if you were able to, instead of left and right on the D-pad moving up and down, it would be nice if, like, say for instance, I'm trying to point at the screen, but you can't see it obviously. But it would be nice if we could use the if we could go up on the D-pad, which would then go and do the equivalent of the sort, you know, sorting these. Obviously, it's a minor thing, and most people get used to it. Right, so next we're going to check the crafting. We're going to see if the crafting menu looks any different. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. So the crafting menu, as you can see, it shows you exactly what you need. This is really cool. Now, I will say, I will probably run this. I don't know about the shipbuilder one. We'll have to see. Well, the cool thing is you can kind of download them individually. It'll show you kind of what you need for all of them. Then you've got the little symbols, which is really, really cool. And if we go check, we're going to check the other ones. The cooking station. As you can see again, it shows you kind of what you need, which I really like. And then the pharmaceutical app. Okay, same kind of layout. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to an outpost very quickly, and we're going to kind of show off the outpost builder. Actually, no, we'll check weapons workbenches. So weapon workbenches. Okay, so they're laid out. Okay, and then optics, you can kind of see that's the optic we have on. It actually will show you what it does. So as you can see there, it shows you increases your accuracy, decreases the mass. So that's actually very helpful for if you're doing like some sort of testing. This actually kind of makes me want to use it for when it comes to testing like mods, but there's always an issue with that where mods could conflict. You can see there magazines. It'll show you like if I was to add this, it would give me extra damage, but it would reduce my mag. Internal, obviously we can go like that. Skins, no skins, that's really cool. And we'll just check the spacesuit one, just for... I like the... Yep, so slot 1, as you see there, we can have no mod extra. Kind of shows what it does. Mod 2. Boost pack, balance, boost pack. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go to the outpost, and we will be right back. Alright, so here we are on a planet. And so, as you can see, the hood is, we're using the UI hood. There you go. As you can see, it kind of, you can get like the talk and stuff. I can't actually talk to her because she's not from this universe. I'm gonna walk up to a door very quickly just to kind of show you some of the war chests. As you can see, ooh, that's really cool. See all of that. We're gonna really quickly put down this. And as you can see, they're laid out like this. So again, I think the whole premise behind this is, I think it's for ease of kind of mouse, because one of the things with Bethesda games is, usually speaking, Bethesda tries to cater more towards controller than mouse. I remember there was the Sky UI was a big one that a lot of PC players loved because it made navigating the menus easier. We click extractors, you see how we have 3 different variants. They're like kind of fold out like little folders. And then we've got the chlorosilanes. Oh, we just do. Okay, there we go. And then if we go power, solar panel, wind turbine advance, fuel generator, power switch, industrial 1, industrial 2. So I will say, a lot of people would probably really like this mod just for giving the game a kind of a new twist. It's like, you know, when you get bored of, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, when you kind of get bored of your phones, like, well, if you're on Android, I don't know about Apple, get bored of your phone's kind of UI and stuff, so you just download a new, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I used to use the Microsoft one for a while. We've got our fabricators there. Got our compound, our big ones, and we got our bigger ones. Structures, we've got our airlocks, our HABs, default double, hydroponics, AB, military AB, military HAB, AB, hallway, watchtower, crafting, defenses. I do find it funny, this is just a little off topic sort of thing. You're very limited in like the defense stuff you can place. Like you can place, there's 3 turrets. Why can't I strap one of them bad boys on a hill and not have to worry about anything? And then we've got our robots. Again, it's kind of weird that, you know, we don't have any furniture. I do like that this is all kind of set out in this way to make it easier to kind of like go through. Now saying this, much in the same way where I feel like I'm gonna find the shipbuilder one a little bit odd and dislike. I feel like if you're an avid Outpost builder, you may dislike how this looks and maybe like, nah, because realistically it'll be muscle memory where kind of everything is. I know I'm like, I constantly like download mods and stuff for shipbuilder. See there, we're just gonna go through them. That's them. Decorations, storage boxes, and then that's pretty much it. We're gonna really quickly jump in the ship and just show that it works kind of the same for. So show that it works the same even inside. Same as well. This. Let's see what it says when I try and fly the ship. I do like the little kind of like the hovering icon. That's quite cool. Kind of makes me think I'm playing like a VR game with how it is. We can activate the ladder. We can sit in the pilot seat. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go to the shipbuilder very quickly, and we're going to look through. Oh, there's our cargo. Oh, yeah, our cargo hold is also pretty red. So if we were to do this, if we go into war chest, and we go cargo hold. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. So we've got my inventory, and then the war chest is yellow. Okay. Alright, let's really quickly, we're going to head to an outpost. We'll be back. Alright, we're now at the ship vendor, and we're going to... Actually, let's look at the... Yeah, that's the vendor system. Okay, cool. Let's...
Hey, what can I do for you?
Hello.
Anything I can help you with?
The one thing I would say is I would kind of like it if there was an option, and again, I think this is one of the things where the CK is able to modify, or the script extender, sorry, is able to modify things that like a base mod wouldn't be able to. But it would be cool if you could set like a kind of a scale on how big the kind of the talk thing is when you press A, or the color, or the opacity.
Anything I can help you with?
Excuse me.
Okay,
What is
no
this? What
problem.
does this menu look like? Okay, that menu's the same. What about buying a ship?
I'm sure you can find some.
Okay, so the ship buying menu is the exact same. Let's do the modify.
Sure, have at it.
Okay. Oh. Oh, what the? What am I loading? What's going on? I do that every time? Fair enough. How do I... Alright, give me a second. So it's weird that it has to load everything. So you use the bumpers for the categories. And then up and down. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna swap to a smaller ship. So, obviously we have very, like, awesome settings. Like, it shows you the crew, the cargo to mass, all that stuff. Now, the only thing is, I don't know if you guys... You might be able to tell it on the video. It seems like there's a slight delay or hiccup in navigating through this menu. And I don't know if that's just because the mod author has kind of, like, set a limit on how fast you can go down here, or if it's an FPS issue. Now, this is something you always have to worry. It's always going to be more prevalent on Xbox. Like, for instance, if you ever downloaded, like, say, like, DareTech when it was kind of when it was first made, or Mattia, or any of them big mods that add parts, like, when they first came out, they tended to kind of, you know, slow the build screen down a bit. Now, I don't know if, like, here's the thing. I usually, when I kind of do my shipbuilding and stuff, I always, like, build on stream. Usually it's on my PC. I still use a controller. So I'm not sure if this, like, delay... Now, keep in mind, I have no other mods. I'm not sure if this is, like, a result of the... I'm not sure if this is, like, a result of the... how it's set up. I think it is the mod. I honestly think it's the mod. You know what we're gonna do? I have got another mod save where I have all of the ship vendor stuff, and we're gonna load that real quick. Let me see, where is it? Mods, this one. So I'm gonna load this real quick, and then we're gonna go back to here, and we'll be back. All right, so we're here on an older save where I basically have... Alright, so I'm here in an older save where I have all of the ship stuff. So we're just going to see how it is. So we're going to swap to a smaller ship. Kestrel. The loading to me is very strange. Considering... Like, it's just very strange to me, considering the, that you don't... Like, what is it doing that makes it need to load? Like, I'm able to load this stuff just fine. And again, I like, it's been a while since I've, like, played on, like, did building on Xbox. I just hit up some of the chaps in the Discord to see if they can confirm or deny my suspicion. It does look to be... I really wish there was, like, an FPS checker on Xbox, but there's not. I will say, big fan of all of this. Not a big fan of... Initially, I was not going to be a fan of this because, one, shipbuilding, I could close my eyes and I know where everything is. But that's kind of not the reason why I don't like it. One is the loading. Like, why does it need to? What is it loading? You know, like maybe the game loads stuff in the background that I'm not aware of, which fair. But it also seems just there's like a slowness to it that I don't know. And again, it could be just me. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna really quickly swap over to PC just to kind of see, and we'll be right back. All right, so I was gonna jump on a PC, but I actually got a few confirmations from the Discord that does seem to be one of the issues with it, where the loading will happen, but it seems like there's an issue with loading the three-dimensional model. Some people are also having issues with it loading in the workbench when you have a lot of stuff. So that's something, again, I'm not sure why it why, because the UI system is awesome, but what did they do? Why does it need to load stuff? Why is there a delay? That's just, yeah. Like I said, you can download various versions of this. I would definitely recommend. Yeah, look, even like swapping between, it's so slow swapping between. Like, that's just, yeah. Like, and again, look, it's not a huge issue, but like if I was like building this, having to like deal with that delay would literally, like, it would infuriate me. So just to confirm, I'm just gonna swap. I'm just disable the mod, and we'll be right back. All right, we're here. We're back in the ship service.
What can I do? Okay.
Yeah, there's no delay and no loading, which is really nice. Yeah, so from what I've seen from some response from the Discord, thank you guys for letting me know. It seems like the workbench version of the UI and the shipbuilder is the most troublesome, with it kind of causing delays and stuff on how it loads the objects. I'm assuming it's the 3D modeling stuff. So I would recommend, obviously, try the all-in-one first, see what you think. You might not mind it, but if you do have issues, I would probably, instead of doing the all-in-one, download the individual ones. So basically just grab the StarUI hood, the StarUI inventory, and maybe the Outpost one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.